October 15th, 1965. In a crowded Atlanta shopping center garage, a bank manager finds a silver Mercury Comet. The groceries inside are still waiting for a dinner party. There are small bloodstains across the front. Several pieces of clothing have been arranged between the seats. The car was not seen during the early security rounds. Now it is back, with 41 unexplained miles on the odometer. Its owner, Mary Shotwell Little, is gone. But to understand how a car returned without its driver, we have to go back to the evening before. This is the fourth file in the archive. The first where the evidence seems to point in two directions on purpose. Mary Shotwell is born in Charlotte, North Carolina. She studies secretarial administration at Woman's College, now UNC Greensboro. By 1965, she lives in Atlanta and works at Citizens and Southern National Bank. She is 25, organized, dependable, and rarely late. On September 4th, she marries Roy Little Jr. 6 weeks later, Roy leaves Atlanta for a business trip. He is expected home Friday. Mary plans a small dinner party for his return. Thursday, October 14th, begins without any recorded crisis. After work, Mary drives to Lenox Square. She buys groceries, then meets a co-worker for dinner at a cafeteria. They shop at Rich's department store afterward. Around 8 o'clock, the two women separate in the parking area. The co-worker watches Mary head toward her car. Mary wears an olive green dress patterned with small white flowers and a white raincoat. She carries her purse, keys, and jewelry. That is the last accepted sighting of her in Atlanta. Co-workers would later remember another detail. Mary had recently received disturbing telephone calls at work. A delivery of roses also arrived from an uncertain sender. No one proved that either event was connected to her disappearance. Still, someone may have been trying to reach Mary before the night she vanished. And sometime after 8 o'clock, someone reached her car. Friday morning, Mary does not report for work. Her employer calls her apartment. There is no answer. Roy is still away. Mary's co-workers know she was last seen at Lenox Square, so the search returns there. Security personnel say the Mercury was not present during their early rounds. Yet near midday, it stands in the parking area. The engine is cold. The vehicle appears to have been there for some time, but not all night. Someone may have driven it away and returned it after sunrise. The groceries Mary bought are still in the back. Her purse, keys, raincoat, dress, and jewelry are missing. Inside the passenger compartment, investigators find several undergarments. Some are folded between the front seats. One stocking has been cut. There are small bloodstains on the seats, steering wheel, door area, and passenger window. Testing indicates the blood was probably Mary's. Grass clippings are caught in some of it. A red dust coats the exterior, as though the car traveled over an unpaved road. The amount of blood is limited. Some investigators believe the interior shows a struggle. Others wonder whether the scene was deliberately arranged. A staged scene still records a crime. It records the moment someone decided what police were supposed to see. The odometer produces the next problem. Roy kept mileage records. Investigators calculate that the Mercury has traveled roughly 41 miles beyond its expected total. Enough to leave the mall, reach an isolated location, and return. Not enough to reach North Carolina. Weeks later, the investigation receives 2 gasoline receipts charged to Mary's credit card. One comes from Charlotte, her hometown, during the early hours after she vanished. The second comes from Raleigh, roughly 12 hours later. The signatures appear to resemble Mary's handwriting. They are signed using her married name. 2 station attendants later recall a young woman resembling Mary. They describe her as injured and accompanied by 1 or 2 men. Their accounts appear to place Mary alive outside Georgia, but the evidence refuses to align. Charlotte and Raleigh are separated by only a few hours of driving, not 12. The license number written on the receipts belongs to a North Carolina plate reported stolen. And Mary's Mercury cannot have made the trip. Its odometer allows only 41 unexplained miles. Either Mary traveled in another vehicle or somebody carried her card. Either the attendants saw Mary or they saw a woman selected to resemble her. Either the signatures were genuine or someone practiced them. The receipts do not create a trail. They create several trails, all leading away from one another. Atlanta police question witnesses, relatives, co-workers, and possible suspects. The FBI assists as an interstate kidnapping becomes possible. Roy returns and cooperates with investigators. Police examine the young marriage, but find no evidence tying him to Mary's disappearance. Her family rejects the idea that she simply walked away. Mary left groceries for the next evening. She left a reliable job. No confirmed letter, call, bank activity, or later identity is ever found. The search expands through Georgia and North Carolina. Investigators check roads, wooded areas, construction sites, and reports from people who believe they saw her. None can be confirmed. The case attracts clues faster than detectives can eliminate them. A car may have disappeared and returned. A blood-stained interior may show violence or staging. A stolen license number appears hundreds of miles away. A woman may have signed Mary's name while injured and under guard. Every clue seems specific. Together, they prove almost nothing. Retired FBI agent Jim Ponder would later keep a copy of the case material. It was the investigation he could not put behind him. Then the record itself begins to fail. Over the following decades, parts of the original evidence and investigative files are lost or destroyed. There is no surviving DNA sample waiting for modern testing. Mary's blood, clothing, fingerprints, and the car once offered possible answers. Time reduces them to descriptions in old reports. By the time new investigators return to the case, they are examining what earlier detectives remembered seeing, not always what can still be tested. So what does the file leave us? 3 broad explanations, each requiring part of the evidence to be misleading. Abduction from Lenox Square. Someone forces Mary into her car or another vehicle, drives her elsewhere, and returns the Mercury later. This explains the missing driver, the blood, the red dust, and the 41 miles. It does not explain who used Mary's credit card in North Carolina, a planned disappearance. Mary stages the car, signs the gasoline receipts, and begins another life. This theory uses the limited blood and arranged clothing as deliberate theater. But it requires Mary to abandon her family, career, belongings, and name without one verified trace afterward. There is no evidence she prepared to do that. A targeted crime by someone she knew. The telephone calls and flowers suggest unwanted attention. A familiar person could approach without causing alarm. That person could also know her hometown, her signature, and the details needed to construct a false route. But no caller, sender, or stalker was ever identified. The most unsettling possibility is that the car and the North Carolina sightings were both staged. One scene keeps police searching around Atlanta. The other sends them hundreds of miles north and east. Whoever constructed them did not need either story to survive forever. They only needed to divide the first days of the investigation. and it worked. Mary Shotwell Little has never been found. Her case remains active and unsolved, but much of the physical evidence is gone. The Mercury returned to Lenox Square. The credit card traveled into North Carolina. The woman at the center of both stories disappeared between them. Was Mary alive at those gasoline stations the next day? Or was someone signing her name to send the search away from Atlanta? The file is still open. The mileage still does not add up. Next in the case files, Atlanta, 1967. A young secretary who once sat at Mary's desk leaves work. Before dawn, police find her car. This time, the car does not come back empty. If you think the forgotten cases deserve to be remembered, subscribe. The archive stays open late.